Hello, welcome back, class. We are continuing our unit on theism, particularly the discussion of the problem of evil. We've just gone through David Hume's 5 solutions and 5 responses. Now we're going to look at the free will solution to the problem of evil. This is a popular solution. I think it was made popular by a Christian philosopher named Alvin Plantinga. I've mentioned him in the past. He has a book on the problem of evil. I probably have it right behind me here. Yeah, God, Freedom, and Evil, it's called. And this one is currently popular, but you can conceive of this one without, going to some famous philosopher. Now, I'm going to have to draw your attention to the conversation we had earlier about natural evil is not original. But let's look at this one. We're going to look at what the solution is and then what the objections to the solution are. And I have to give you a kind of mind experiment, thought experiment to do. All right, so the free will solution is frequently used. It affirms these points. Natural evil is due to moral evil, which means natural evil isn't necessary and it isn't original. Let me just draw your attention to this argument that we went over earlier. So it affirms this. Natural evil is not original. Sorry, that's the wrong thing. Natural evil is not original and it's not necessary. And it affirms that natural evil is due to moral evil. So that was the connection we also made on that last argument. Natural evil is due to moral evil. It's what Philo concluded too. So lots of people have seen the connection between natural evil and moral evil. Moral evil is due to free will. Okay, now think about that. That's what a lot of people say. Why is there moral evil? Because free will. And free will is necessary for human dignity. God does not want automatons or robots worshiping him. Worship should be something freely given, right? So free will is necessary for human dignity. Okay, those things seem to be true, but there's a problem with point 2. Moral evil is due to free will. Let's flesh that out a little bit more. What does that mean? How is that? So we're going to do a thought experiment, and I don't know, I have to make one up because usually we're in the classroom, and I guess we could use the one. Imagine we're in the classroom and you're the last one leaving for the day, and you find a wallet, and in the wallet is $500, and you just happen to need $500 right now. So also pretend taking the $500 would be moral evil, an act of moral evil, stealing, right? So you're faced with this dilemma. Do I take the $500 or do I do something else? And you have alternatives. Perhaps you leave it. You go, I'm gonna let somebody else go through this moral dilemma. Perhaps you take it to this campus security and turn it in. Perhaps you take some of the money. So there are many options that you have, but you're faced with a choice. So free will comes in when you're faced with a choice and you have the freedom to choose. Now, what you choose, though, is more than free will, isn't it? Why would you choose what you choose? Let's pretend you take the money. You take the $500. You commit an act of moral evil. Why? Why did you take it? Did you want the money? That's why you took it. So let's look at the responses. Response 1. So the way I'll ask this question is, what is the free will solution and what are the responses? Okay, that's the quiz question. Response 1. Free will makes moral evil possible. So because you're free, you have the options to choose. But free will doesn't make it actual. If free will made your taking the money actual, then that means free will made you do it, which means you're not free, okay? So free will makes moral evil possible. It doesn't make it actual. Point 2, if something becomes actual, you take the $500, that doesn't make it necessary. Why? Because you had other options. You didn't have to take the money. So where's free will as the only explanation? 3, free will, there's an S missing here. Free will does not have to make moral evil possible. So you could be free without the possibility of committing moral evil. For example, they say in theism, God is free and God can't do evil. They say that humans in the final state, heaven, the resurrection, whatever the final state is, humans are free and they can't do evil. So couldn't you be free without the possibility of evil? And you can be free and you can make a choice and choose the right thing. So one can pass from innocence to virtue without moral evil. You could be doing the right thing and continue to do the right thing without committing moral evil. So I'll give you an example from within theism. Jesus is good. Jesus is tempted by Satan, and he continues to do the right thing in the midst of that temptation. So temptation isn't the same as sin or moral evil. So you could do the right thing if you wanted to. So notice I brought wants in here. Why did you take the money? Because you wanted to. Why does someone do the right thing? Because they want to. So there has to be more than what's given here in point 2, moral evils due to free will. There has to be more to the story than that. So we can say free will is a necessary component to committing moral evil, but it isn't sufficient for explaining the existence of moral evil. We need more. And so what more could there be? Well, it had to do with our wants. Why did you want the money? Well, it has to do with your view of the good. What do you think is good? What do you think is evil? So our view of the good is going to come into our actions, why we do things. So that was a quick discussion of the free will solution and the responses. So the free will solution isn't satisfactory because it gives us necessary conditions but not sufficient conditions for explaining the existence of moral evil in the world. So next time we're going to look at the ironic solution to the problem of evil and see if it does the job of answering why is there evil. Okay, and this is going to get us deeper into theism and explaining even within a theistic special revelation context, why is there evil? So I'm going to pause here. What we talked about today were the 2 parts, free will solution and the responses to the free will solution. And I would like you to know that. Put it on a note card, put it in your long-term memory. Thank you.